So at this point, the narrator has drawn a similar sketch to the one that I have shown on the slide that you are looking at. And the narrator has mentioned that they need to go ahead and find the z-score corresponding to the 90th percentile. We call that a cutoff score value. And so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing using our guru, and I will go ahead and demonstrate how to do that next. So within our guru, we're still going to be using the continuous distributions probability calculator dialog box, but now, because we're going kind of in the opposite direction, it's an inverse operation that we are doing. I am now given a probability, in this case the 90th percentile, and I want to find the z-score value corresponding to the 90th percentile. So I click the radio button going probability to values. Mean and standard deviation remain the same. We still have a normal distribution. In this case, we're looking for the z-score corresponding to the lower tail. That is, we want a z-score so that the area under the curve to the left of it is 90%. So I type in 0.9, I hit the preview button, and I see that the z-score corresponding to the 90th percentile is 1 28/100 rounded to 2 decimal places. In our class, we will always round our z-scores to 2 decimal places. So now that we have our z-score cutoff value, which you may recall was 1 28/100, we're going to use that value to compute the corresponding variable value. So we use a variation of the z-score formula. Notice that I've rewritten the formula so that the x variable is on the left-hand side rather than the z value, which we had for a z-score formula. So I plug in the appropriate values. My z-score was 1 28/100. I multiply that by the standard deviation of 3 6/10 millimeters for the possum head lengths, and I add the mean length of 92 6/10 millimeters. And when I do that, I get a value of 97 2/10 millimeters. Notice I've rounded that value to the same decimal places as all the other values that we were given in the problem statement. The second thing I then do is I draw a vertical line on my sketch through both the cutoff z-score and variable values. I add the z-score and variable value labels to the sketch. And then the last thing I do is shade and label the area under the curve corresponding to the percentile. Now, in this case, I did not shade that area, but you would do so if you were drawing your sketch.